Yeah. So I'm not going to be long, but I am just going to flash the scores up. Can I flash the scores, Kay? Can I flash them up?
Absolutely.
Can I flash
represent?
I
represent
the scores up. I just got to put that out there. As we went out to Alcorn, to Lorman, Mississippi, my good friend Charles Edmond, of course, who did the show with me on Sunday, man, boy, he was down. He was down. But he called that game a great game on the SWAC Digital Network, as FAMU in the second half was down 20 points with about 14-something to play.
Yep.
And battled their way back over the course of about a 9-minute stretch to go up by 2. And they really had to fight a little bit down the stretch. Alcorn is a good ball club. But we held on to 65-64 victory on Saturday, and then turned around on Monday and went into hostile territory, into the Tigers' den. They told me on Sunday, okay, they swore. They were like, oh, y'all not coming to the Tigers' den with that foolishness. Okay. FAMU was down maybe about 7 or 8. Actually, we had a lead at the half, got down by about 7 or 8 in the second half, and did what we do. Just stormed back, hit some shots, made some big plays inside, walked in their trap, and just took their strikes and came out with a 72-62 win for our 4th consecutive win in the SWAC, 2nd consecutive win on the road. Woo! Team is starting to look good right now, okay?
Hey, we're tied for 4th place right now in the SWAC standings. Mm-hmm. And one of the losses was early against Southern, who's undefeated still. And Texas Southern, they're the 2 teams that have longer winning streaks currently than us, with 7 and 6. And then it's FAMU with 4 wins in a row. So we cooking, baby. We are. Oh, you got jokes, Edwin. You're funny. We've always embraced our AD. Our AD. I'm just gonna say it like that. All right. So without further ado, let's bring on our head coach, the head coach of the men's basketball program, Coach Patrick Crarey. Coach Pat, what's good, sir? Welcome back to the O&G StrikeZone.
Thanks for having me back. Good to be back in Tallahassee where the weather is warm. It's cold out there. It's cold out there on the road, man. It's cold.
Yeah, not just outside. And sometimes it can be in those environments as well. Shout out to the Mississippi Rattlers, our good friend Derek. Derek and the Mississippi Rattlers, man. I know they showed you guys a lot of love. I saw some of the pictures and video. So let's get into it. And Coach, we even got some video, but let's start with the Alcorn game. Let's just talk about coming off of the 2 wins at home and then having to go on the road. What was the message to the team as you're heading into Alcorn and Jackson?
Oh, the big thing with the coming off the 2 wins, we had that weather. Remember that weather? That weather messed us up because we were off on Tuesdays, and then Wednesday we couldn't practice.
Yep.
And so we missed a day. And with these, it's the SWAC is tough. Saturday, Monday, you need those 3 days. You need that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's like preparing for football. Imagine preparing for a football game. You have a day off, like an extra day off. It's gonna mess with you. And so, I think that was clear, evident in the first half, just in our inability to defend and make shots. I mean, like Alcorn is one of the lowest shooting teams in the league. Right now, we're number 1 in the league in 3-pointers made per game. And I know everybody's saying go inside, like we are, but we're still number 1 in the league in 3-pointers made. And so in that game, Alcorn made 8 in the first half, and we had made 0. So we told our guys at halftime, like, they're not going to make 8 in the second half. And we're damn sure not about to make 0. So calm down, defend, move the ball, we'll be fine. And we were able to pull it out and end with some really, really good defense. Our defense has been good. This 4-game streak, our defense has been really good. Something that nobody really talks about because we might not play as much pressure as other teams play. But if you look at it, the last 3 games, 35%, 36%, 39%. So 3 teams straight under 40%. and we're supposed to be a finesse team. So I think we're doing a good job being tough.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Kay.
Coach, you mentioned the impact of the missing those games, and then with Alcorn, you're down, double digits. Even with 15 minutes left, you're down 20 points. What happened in those last 10 minutes of that when we went on that run? I know you make shots and you don't make shots sometimes, but just in your eyes, what did you see happen that got us back in that game?
We buckled down defensively, got in transition, just got us some quick baskets. And then one of the big subs we had, Miles Hall, it just shows the evolution of our team. Miles Hall not really playing all year, and he comes in, and it was the question of who we go to, and we went to him quick. He came off, played some really good defense, had 2 assists in that layup. I think that took some pressure off of us. And then we got Sterling off the ball some, and Sterling was able to get some shots going. When Sterling gets going, sorry for you. Sorry that you don't got Sterling. So, Sterling and Milton made the key threes. We had some ATOs. We really executed on our ATOs when we really needed to, something we've been working on a lot. You see Milton on the screen right now. Those transition threes and offensive rebounds, Rod was so good all night. Rod had 7 offensive rebounds. People talk a lot about Coffee. Nobody talks about his ability to offensive rebound and defensively, what he's done to guards and what he's done to people, being a 6'4", like point forward type. So, really excited about our guys and how they're competing and how they're just kind of finding their roles now. We're finding into it.
So, Coach, to add to that, then, what is it going to take moving forward? We're on a 4-game win streak. We got everybody's attention now. We're back at home. We got to defend the home turf. How do you keep your team focused and working to, continue this streak? What it's going to take?
We're all about growth process here. So we got it with our players as well, of just continuing the process of them getting better and growing. When we beat Alcorn, it was, if you want to be good, and that was a good win, but if you want to be good and you want to be respected, you got to win at Jackson. And so now you're coming back home, you're back in a situation you've never been. We didn't win. I don't think we had did we have a road win? We had 1 road win last year on the road, and we had, and we haven't come home off of 2 wins, and I don't know how long it's been in conference. So it's a new feeling, but your buy-in has to turn up even more. Your understanding of what possessions you have to get better at. And then I think for us, we've really grown because we worked at some specific things at practice that guys have embraced, that they've liked. As a coaching staff, we've gone to those things that they've liked, they're getting better at, they liked in their development on both sides of the ball. So now that they see it, they want it more. So you can see us now just hungrier to communicate, hungrier to make certain reads on the floor, to work together and really focus on the execution. A couple of guys made some mistakes today on some execution, and they were pissed off. Usually they're just like, whatever, I'm gonna make an excuse, but they were mad at themselves for not knowing what to do. So, winning either makes you soft or makes you tougher, and I think for us, it's just giving us a higher level of focus to really be the team that, I thought we could be all along.
Okay. Coach, let me ask one of the things that, as I watched this game and then even the Jackson game. Now, I know, Coach Bussey's teams are known for playing hard defensively, but I mean, look, I know we defend hard, but damn, Jackson and Alcorn, they defend hard. It looked like, talk a little bit about is that we look comfortable dealing with that? Is that because of what we do, what you do in practice that makes them comfortable, or is it just the level of skill from the guys that we have?
I think it's a couple things. Our first year in the league, so just understanding how things are. The biggest difference I think between lower level Division I and then like Division II and NAI from an officiating standpoint is what they allow you to do from a physicality standpoint. And so we didn't do it early on in practice because, that's not how I play defense. It's not. I'm very focused on the NBA. So like, I do a lot of things NBA based. I think it's the highest level of the game of basketball. They spend the most money on basketball. That being said, we knew we had to play more physical, especially on the perimeter. And so I think those coaches are just used to knowing what they can get away with, because I just didn't know. And that's just the novice in me of not having the experience on the level. But also, if you're going to hug us like that and we got shooters, okay, if we beat you, bro, you're not going to help. So we're going to be at the rim. And if you do help, you better hope we miss. So, I think that's probably the difference. And then everybody has their own philosophy on how they play and how they do certain things. Both of the coaches that we just went against are just two of the better coaches in the league. I mean, Bussy, 2-time coach of the year. And then I told Mo before the game, I thought he runs the best offensive action of any team in the league. I just do. I just think he's hard to prepare for. All the things that they run out of the same formations. He runs a really pro-style offense, and it was difficult to deal with, difficult to scout. We wanted to make sure I told him that before the game.
You mentioned from a defensive perspective, you play a lot of man. I believe most coaches like playing a little man, playing a lot of man. Most coaches do. Is that primarily your philosophy? I know you saw Bussy and Coach Mo. They do a lot of full court stuff. How would you describe your defensive philosophy in general? You touched on it a little bit, but for the layman out there, what's it look like?
Well, very schematically based. So if you look at what we've done to people's best players, we try to take away your top guys. And one thing we've done a better job with is working with just the other guys. I think that hurt us early on. Just some of the other guys getting involved. The Bethune game, Wallaby. I don't think he scored 10 points since that game. And he had 4 threes in that game for, I think, 15 or 12 or 15 points. So we've done a better job of working on the other guys, really containing you and making every shot difficult. We don't want to give up anything easy. If you're going to score, you got to run your stuff. So, everybody's philosophy is different. They can say what's right or wrong or who's that or that. I like what we do. I would like for us to give some more pressure and create some more turnovers than we have. And that's my job, to make sure I'm getting the guys better and, getting deflections and putting us in different areas. We'll look at some zone and some other things schematically. But we're also going to go with what's comfortable and what's the best situation for our team. It's a long season. We're not even at the halfway point of league play yet. So we've been able to add a lot of things offensively and defensively already. And to me, like, the league is where you get to really, like, we had practice today and we're going over different actions. And I'm like, damn, I just love this. Like, I love the conference. I love the chess match. I love the game. Like, I love, like, okay, we got to do something new. Or they do this, we're going to do this. I love it. Like, that's real coaching to me. And it's what I love to do.
Is it as your own? Again, we're only 7 games in. Like you mentioned, we're not even at the halfway point. You haven't seen everybody twice. Is the conference starting to shake? And we probably played, now we haven't played Texas Southern yet, but with the exception of Texas Southern, we have played probably, we'll find this weekend included. We'll talk about this weekend coming up. But I think we played half of the upper level teams that are going to be in the mix in the end. Man, is the conference what you thought it would be, or is it kind of exceeded your expectation?
I knew it was going to be tough. You got 12 teams, 12 Division I head coaches and a bunch of guys on scholarship. I knew it was going to be tough. And I thought we battled, especially where we were from a health standpoint at the beginning of conference play, being without Washington. And I've talked about Jordan Chapman a million times and what he means to our team. And you guys got to really see what's happening with – I told y'all there's a reason why I called Washington. I'm trying to tell you. I know everybody. I know it's tough. It's tough. You're telling, where is it? No, he's got it. And so I'm seeing him healthy and then really, been able to communicate with the guys and figuring him out with certain lineups was really good to see, to have him out there and play at a high level. The conference is what I expected. And I'm just excited about us that we are at this point in time continuing to grow. And that's the big thing. You want to grow during this time. I feel like a lot of teams, they can peak. You can peak, you want to be good all season. Don't get it twisted. But you don't want to peak too early. And I think for us, we're just scratching the surface on some things that we could do. And that's what, I'm excited about as the head coach.
I thought Jadarius Eatman and Charles talk a little bit about their impact, because as you watch a lot of these clips, I just find that their ability especially against a former Rattler there over at Jackson in this game was such a huge plus, because he was there. Obviously when you take threes, there's going to be long rebounds or there might be some off misses, but he just seemed to be there in the right spot at the right time almost every play here in the second.
That's talent. I mean, he's really good. He's really good. I mean, we had some conversations during the game. I mean, he's really good. I mean, what can I tell you? I mean, he's really good, But I thought our guys, those two especially did a lot of good things running the floor. I don't know if you saw them running the floor. We've been working on them on just like ball screens. They're doing a really good job on ball screens now. And then they're becoming better passers. Muff has always been a really good passer. But JD is working. Look how JD's running the floor on this clip. Like, he's gone. Like, he's already gone. So putting that pressure on the back end, and then defensively, they're always there to communicate defensively. And JD's the best communicator that we have on the team. And he communicates, gets in our right spots, calls out the ball screen coverage, who's on tag, what play we're running based on out of bounds. It's been really good to see their growth. And all the bigs are really close. They're really close. So I love this play from JD with the cut and the finish. I mean, we went crazy.
Oh, I see. Had a couple people. How was the crowd? Because sometimes I know the Jackson State fans, boy, they love to give it to FAMU, and especially I have never had the pleasure of being in at a basketball game there. But what was the atmosphere like?
Fun. I mean, great fans, real basketball fans, know the game, into the game, cheering. Physical. It was fun. I mean, I like it. I like the road. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that we play well at home. But the road gives you a little bit of edge, and I thought that they had great support. The people in the front row, the people behind me. I mean, Ashley has done a fabulous job with their program, their AD. So they had these pamphlets out. It was just top-notch service. It was always fun when you win the game. But I know, I see the headlines. I see the Jackson State versus, FAMU stuff online all the time. So I knew it was a big game for our alumni. But it was fun. It is a fun place to play. And they have really good fans. Them at Alcorn have really good fans.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm not supposed to say it, but we got to get better here.
Okay.
We got to get better here. Like, waiting. Everybody wants to wait and see. What are you waiting for? Like, we haven't had a winning season in 17 years. Get to the gym.
Preach.
Like,
say it.
Here, like, say something. Like, come on, man. Like, these guys are if you guys knew the stuff that we have to go through on the road in terms of the communication that we get from the fans, referees, how hard it is. You come home and it's like,
we need to give it back. We need to give it back.
Not enough.
We need to give it back.
It's not enough. And it shouldn't be based upon results or merits. So a lot of people came to the Bethune game. We didn't win the Bethune game. We played hard against Bethune. They're a good team.
I agree. Yeah.
And so I expect this place to be crazy this weekend. And that's what it should be. That's the standard. The standard should not be based upon what is on the floor. I heard that when we had 7 terrible football seasons, it was packed for every game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there shouldn't be an excuse on why we can't get basketball done. I want to see more people at the basketball game, and that's really what I'm gonna say. And I want to see more people. I'm not really gonna dwell on it, but we need it. And I know, you're good for 6 or 7 points. These are hard games to win.
All right.
Yep.
Hard.
Well said. So Saturday, February 1st, 6:00, we take on Alabama A&M. Of course, that's a double. Women at 4, men at 6, and then Alabama State on Monday, 7 p.m. One of the things I noticed about them, and we don't want to give too much press clippings to our folks in Bama, but I do know that they shoot. I thought we shot the ball from outside, but I looked at the numbers. Hey, right there with us, they sit at number either 1 and 2 or 2 and 3, right there with us. Not only in 3-point shot attempts, but in 3-point makes. What's your thoughts on, as loosely as you can give it, about what we're going to look at this upcoming weekend against Alabama A&M and Alabama State?
A&M is the biggest team in the league. Like, they'll start like 6'6" through 7 foot, like 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", 6'8", 7 foot. And then they bring their little guards off the bit, so like they're tough. They're tough. I don't think, when you look at their schedule, they played everybody tough. They had some overtime losses. You could easily flip them to 4-3, 5-2, easy, based upon some of the close games they've had. They're well coached. But they're so versatile. I think that's what makes them a tough matchup for everybody. They can be versatile defensively, and they can be versatile offensively. They have one of the better guards in the league. I mean, he is a bucket. And then, Moody was first team all-conference for a reason. He can play. And they're big, number 7 at A&M. Like, he's like a hybrid, like what you want in basketball now, like a wing big. Like, he's 7 feet, but he can switch and he can lob threat, he can dunk, he can pass, he throws good DHOs. Like, he's tough. Like, his numbers aren't crazy, but like, we're gonna get somebody like him next year. I can believe that. Like, he's what I'm looking for to add to our team, in the future. So they're tough, well coached, very good team. And then you got Alabama State, who probably had the best non-conference wins outside of Southern. I think they beat Omaha, which is like 8-0 in the Summer League. They beat them earlier in the year. And then, they would arguably have the trio of the best guards in the league. I mean, that's what they're going to say between the 3 guys. I like our guys, but they're right there. I mean, CJ Hines is a former NAI player. I know him and his family very well. He's very good. The number 1 kid is tough. And then the coach's son, I mean, he's built like a linebacker playing the wing. Like, he's huge, like 6'3", but he's, they play a great style of play. I love the way they play. I would kind of say, I really compare us as like we play a similar style. So, I really like, what they've done with their team. They shoot the ball very well. So I think that'll be a fun, exciting game to watch. I don't know about, there's some old timers that think we just too many threes out there, but I mean, it is what it is. You want us to go inside and play 3 out, 2 in, and have 2 7-footers. That's dead. Not happening. Number 1 team in the league, Southern. They only play 1 big. So, I think it'll be a fun game. I think it'll be 2 tough teams to play against. I do like how we play at the crib, though. I do. I think we have a high level of confidence at the crib. We have a great facility, and AD Sucks has done a great job with working on the atmosphere to make it the best it can be.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you got anything here before we wrap up with Coach?
No, man. I'm just looking forward to this weekend. I would definitely be in the house and with a couple of other folks, and I'll be cheering, and I'm looking forward to it.
And one thing, we took care of Jackson State without 2 key players. As much as you can tell us, how is their condition? The 2 guys that didn't play against Jackson.
Yeah, they're working daily, so we'll just keep them monitoring them, as time goes on. But we're working with them daily to try to get them right. And we're just kind of day to day with everything we have. And the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm just gonna leave it at this: as we have support, for our team and our players, I really need Rattler Nation to focus in on supporting our players. It's tough out here for our players. Guys that don't know, like, we're not allowed in the gym from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. for classes. So if they want to work out, they got to come before 7 to 9. We don't have a crazy nutritional thing set up for them to eat and everything else. They're not dealing with NIL or sometimes people talk about our players as if they're professional athletes. If they were making $100K, I understand, but they're not. And they're working out here for the university, doing their best they can be. So Rattler Nation, if there's any shots that are taken about the team, you can talk about me. I'm 41. I'm fine. I'm strong enough in my skin. I understand what I need to do as a professional. But if Rattler Nation, if you really support Rattler Nation, you need to keep it about positivity with these kids and support them and push them forward to help the program grow. Anything less than that is unacceptable in my mind. These are kids. Like, support them.
Amen. Cannot disagree with you more there, Coach. So hey, again, Rattler Nation, just want to remind everybody again, Saturday, it's a big home weekend. I mean, the women start on Thursday night, tomorrow night against Alabama State. Then on Saturday, we've got the Alabama A&M doubleheader, and then on Monday night, the men take on Alabama State. I even saw something, Kelvin. I saw the flyer. We retweeted it. I think a free opportunity for local high school students, 18 and under, to come to the game free. I mean, hey, we talk about the 850 coming and represent. I mean, don't wait. It's over. Get on the train now. I mean, get on the bus now. Get on it early. Don't wait. Now's the time to come out and support Rattler basketball. Our women are hot. Our men are hot. And we're playing good basketball, men and women. So now's the time to get out and support. Coach, I appreciate the words. Congrats on the win. Hopefully everybody stays healthy, and we look forward to being in the house on Saturday and, well, Thursday, Saturday, and Monday. Looking for a great weekend of basketball, Coach.
Thank you, man. Fangs up. See y'all in Lawson.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate you, Coach.